Can you hear me? Alright. Oh. Okay. Okay. Alright.
Call this meeting to order. If you would, please rise and do the invocation of the pledge. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil. Thy kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Well, glad to see we've got a big crowd here this morning. Yeah.
Ms. Jordan.
Public comment's gonna take forever.
I know. So, all right, well, we'll get started here. Do we have any citizen comment?
We have none at this time.
No citizen comment. We'll move right on to the consent agenda. Mr. Superintendent, we have a recommendation on the consent agenda.
Yes, this item is to allow our HR director to continue the professional development. Our HR department has transformed over the last couple of years and is doing a phenomenal job. And this will allow further training and a better comprehensive understanding of how we continue to improve our employee relations. So I recommend approval of the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Ms. Nelson, seconded by Reverend Brown. Do we have any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, Mr. Superintendent, we will move on to action item 4A, approval of hire for in-district principal for online school, the Digital Academy of Florida.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know you all are aware of our online provider for education for our statewide online school, Digital Academy in Florida. The academic performance of that school has been back-to-back D's, so we're in a turnaround status with the Florida Department of Education Bureau of School Improvement. And we met last week, and the team presented a turnaround plan, and it was approved and accepted, but it had some caveats from the Commissioner of Education. One of the caveats is that we add an in-district principal to monitor the school, to monitor academic progress and growth, and to help add resources and things that the district could for that. And so we didn't want to wait all the way until October 21st meeting, because that would just put another basically month, that we didn't have someone in place doing that work. So really was the crux of having this special meeting today, and thank you all for taking your time to come in this morning. And so this will be a district employee, but it will be funded through DAOF funds. So it will be it'll be a neutral impact to Hendry County School budget. But it will be a person that's on our staff that will be monitoring the academic growth, reporting back to myself and Dr. Staley about the needs, what's happening, so that we can influence real-time decisions as needed. So unless you have any questions, I recommend approval of action item 4A.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Nelson, seconded by Ms. Busey. Do we have any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to action item 4B.
Yep.
Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Action item 4B is with a company platform called Elevate K-12. The biggest thing that hurts us, if you ask me today what the biggest issue we had in Hendry County schools, I would tell you it was the teachers that we don't have. Where we have blank spots in classes, where we don't have people to teach the core content. That's really what is the biggest hairy issue facing us today, us and every other school and across the nation, right? And so if we're going to continue the academic drive, we have to do everything we can to get folks in front of them. We are doing things like we have bulk planning periods in some of the strategic areas. We have some teachers that are in training, getting their degrees, and they're in the final stages of that, and they're doing a phenomenal job. We have some permanent subs that actually do a really good job, that have done it long term, and they are achieving as good as some of our teachers. But we have a handful of classes that we could not fill in core, specifically in ELA at Clewiston High School. And it's really tough for a sub to understand the core content of the ELA, and that is one of the tested areas that our students really need to understand and need to have good depth of training on. I readily admit today is October 2nd, and we're 45 days into the school year. We have used Elevate K-12 in the past with success. My son was actually in the first physics class that we did with Elevate K-12, and his comment to me was it wasn't as good as having a teacher, but it was a lot better than doing it just strictly online, like on an Apex platform or something like that. I did learn about physics. and he made like a good high B in the class and did well. Mr. Sanchez has been working really hard with K-12 and been negotiating back and forth with them for roughly 3 weeks. And basically, we've got the cost down to the point where it's about what it would cost us for a teacher to be in that class. So we have to have, we still have to have an employee there, but even the cost of our employee being in the class and do the classroom management piece and the Elevate K-12 platform is still at the point of what a teacher would cost us. The other piece that we've been working really hard to do is we're going to keep the positions advertised because we want the teacher in front of them. So if someone graduates, a teacher ed program, or we find someone between now and January, we have the ability to end the clause in the contract and put a human in front of the students. So that's what's taken so long to get us where we are to get it approved. But with your approval on this, by the end of October, the week after our fall break, we expect to have a highly qualified person online, at least, teaching our babies content. And this contract will also give us leverage to where, in the event we lose a teacher in another core critical area, we'll be able to add them, in those areas if we're not able to find a teacher.
Not the same rate on this
Correct.
one?
Yes. They do basically by what they call a section. That's basically a class period. And so, so we can do 3 days a week and let them do homework 2 days, so whatever. In these particular classes, we're going to do 5 days because we're a little bit behind and we need to get them caught up and we need to get them on pace so that they're ready for the testing that they're going to face here this school year.
You're not kidding. I read an article that, read at night, and I was reading an article about student achievement and how that applied to like graduation rates. And it got me so worked up, like the next morning I had to go up and put numbers to it because I don't like a narrative, I want to see the numbers. And it was shocking, like I went to the 23-24 graduation rate and then went back to the 22 10th grade ELAs, just for all the counties, just copy and paste it and put it beside each other. Wow, like we get out there as a state of Florida and say we're the best in the nation. And if this is the best in the nation, and I'm talking about like 40%, like the average is like 40.7% difference between the kids who got a 3 on the 10th grade ELA and the graduation rate for any given district in Florida. So, I mean, anything that we can do, any resource we can throw into creating more literate graduates is money well spent, in my opinion.
Good points, and to take it a step further, everything's important. There's nothing that we teach that I consider not to be important. However,
It's the most important term.
I believe ELE is a determinator of a human's life, and how they read, how they write, how they communicate is all based upon the foundation they get there. So this is a very important piece that we need to make sure happens. So thank you for your support.
Okay.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Peace, second by Ms. Nelson. Any further discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to item 4C, permission to advertise proposed policy revisions. Sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. As y'all well know, we constantly are doing policy revisions due to state laws and statutes that are passed. These are some very important ones that we need to do also for a timely manner so we can get them advertised and on the books. And they are presented there. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval of item 4C.
Second.
So moved in a second.
You want to try that one?
Cuban coffee, sir. I'm sorry. I'm joking right now.
Motion by Ms. Houston, seconded by Reverend Brown. Do we have any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Mr. Superintendent, do we have anything else?
That is all I have at this time. Once again, I want to say thank you all for your time this morning. I appreciate it. I apologize for having a call, but we had some very timely things that we felt like was impactful to student education that we needed to get taken care of. So thank you for your time this morning.
What we agreed upon, so when we went to once a month meetings, so no worries. Ms. Nelson, anything?
Nothing.
Reverend Brown? No, sir. All right. I'm not even asking.
You already see I have it over here in my little cup. No, I don't have anything. Stop picking on me, Mr. Fastfood. I'm sensitive.
Ms. Houston, do you have anything? No? All right.